So as most of you have heard, some new footage of Riot's long-anticipated first-person shooter was revealed a few days ago by the name of Valorant. Now while I haven't played it myself, I will be giving my personal thoughts on the idea and some of the abilities that have been showcased so far. I plan on making a bunch of videos on Valorant when the game is released this summer. Now, as you can probably tell from this channel, I'm a huge fan of CSGO. For me, it currently stands as the best competitive FPS shooter to date, with the perfect mix of strategy and aim. Another game that I really like is Overwatch. Now, while the game has its issues, I feel it stands as a great competitive game in its own right sometimes. Valorant seems to mix elements of both Overwatch and Counter-Strike. It seems to take the 5v5 bomb defusal mode of CS along with its economy system, and adds a wide variety of buyable abilities along with the normal weapons buy menu. These abilities seem to range anywhere from toxic clouds, sonar arrows like in Overwatch, smoke clouds, tripwires, and drone cameras. This of course is all dependent on the characters and how much currency you have to buy these abilities each and every round. While the abilities will have to be bought, and Riot Games has assured us that they are more focused on the actual aiming element instead of the impact of the abilities, I'm trying to think about how these abilities will actually affect the 5v5 style of gameplay that they're going for, because it seems to be more reminiscent of Counter-Strike than a game like Overwatch. Take the Sonar Arrow for example. The ability basically gives you walls in a certain area for a short amount of time. Now I'm sure this works both ways, but imagine shooting a sonar arrow in the middle of B site on Mirage. It seems like it will completely ruin the positioning of many players, and that's what it's meant to do, but that seems a little detrimental to winning or losing a round. But I guess on the other hand, you can argue that the ability is usable on both sides, so I guess it's an even playing field, if you want to bring up that argument. Another noteworthy addition to Valorant is the fact that there's also a C site on top of the usual A and B site. So there'll be A, B, and C site. This is interesting and also begs the question, how will 5 players defend 3 different sites? It could be that maybe C will act as some sort of weird mid for some of the maps. If you look at League, of course that's a MOBA, but they go with the 3-lane type thing, and they might try to do something like that possibly in this game mode, but we'll have to see. Graphically speaking, some people were saying it didn't look great visually, and while it does sort of look like a typical free-to-play game like Dirty Bomb, I don't really care so much about the actual graphics as I do how smooth the game is, if the animations are polished, and if the gameplay is well thought out and balanced, because these elements can make up for the graphics. But no need to fear, speaking of graphics, Riot Games CEO made a tweet with a list of essentials that Valorant promises. This includes 120 tick servers, 30 plus FPS on decade-old computers, which is what I was just talking about, 60 to 144 FPS on current gaming rigs, data center aimed for lower ping around the world, and a commitment to anti-cheat, which they've really been pushing. These are all exciting prospects, and I really can't wait to get my hands on the game, as we've been asking for some of these elements in CS, right, and even in Overwatch and stuff like that. They still struggle with ping and 128 tick servers and anti-cheat and stuff like that. A few people are skeptical of how Valorant looks and its originality, but let's not judge it until we actually try it, right? Speaking of trying it out, Slasher, which has been the main source of leaking throughout this whole process, also teased a potential beta coming in the next few weeks for Valorant. But anyways, thank you for watching this quick profile on Riot's newest FPS and some of my thoughts on some of the elements. There's a lot to go over, and I don't want to go too much into it without actually having played the game. But as I said, we're planning on making a lot more videos on Valorant when we get more news, and hopefully when we get our hands on it in the next couple of months. Anyways, let me know below what you think of the game and whether or not you're excited for it. To stay up to date with the latest in Valorant and other news, please be sure to subscribe and hit the notification button to stay up to date. Thank you if you do, and have a great day.